Hello, Aries. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your timeless general reading for any major Aries placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Keep in mind, because this is timeless, this could resonate at any point in time. It could pertain to something that's already happened in the past, is happening right now, or is about to happen in the future. I do ask that you please only take the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. So because we're entering into a lot of Piscean energy, I decided to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck for this round because we've kind of got this unique type of energy coming up where we can manifest our dreams. So let's see what needs to come through with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart as well. When it comes to your spiritual journey, Aries. So let's jump in and see what needs to come through. And we're going to start off with the Shaman's Dream. We'll get some oracle messages first. So, ooh, there's a storm brewing. That's what I just heard. There's a storm brewing. So you got to be the needle. You got to be the eye of the needle. You got to be the eye of the storm. This is about intentions. Laser focused with your intentions. Interesting. And Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. So there's a decision that needs to be made, and I do feel there's consequences to be faced no matter which direction you choose. So you better be really laser focused on what it is that you're choosing. There's some type of storm brewing here, Aries. You're at a crossroads for sure. And so the Feast of Plenty, there's a lot of karmic repercussions playing out now, astrologically speaking. Saturn is moving into Pisces. And so no matter what your Saturn placement is, we're all going to be feeling this shift. There's a karmic shift collectively. And so consequences too. So for every decision we make, there's always going to be a consequence to that choice, whether it be good or bad. And so you're being asked to take a bold step forward. I heard father. It could be this could be about the father of your children, your own dad. I'm not sure. There's a consequence here. There's a consequence. Bold step forward. Bold step forward is what you're being asked to take. And I think it's been like this balancing act is what it feels like. This balancing act. So, ooh. Well, that come out with quite a firm energy. It's time to embrace change. It's time to close the door on the past. There's something that's done, that's over, that's reaching completion, and now it's time to embrace the change. So it's time to close the door. I'm going to set that aside because that I feel is a strong message. So yeah, refusal of the call, dream thief. So you're dealing with an energy thief, an energy vampire. This is about death and transformation. You could be dealing with somebody narcissistic that has some flying monkeys around. You're refusing the call of your spiritual journey. And this is about the heart. This is about home. Maybe you have compassion for this person. Once again, this is a 9, so something is rounding completion. You need to go through a detox. This is about you, Aries. Aries is about the self. There's limitless possibilities out there, so why are you keeping yourself stuck somewhere? In a home situation, because what? You've got love, you've got compassion. We need more than just love. We need respect, we need accountability, we need honesty, we need compassion. So what are you refusing to see here? Because you need to go through a detox. There is definitely something here that is not good for you, that is not healthy for you. I do feel this energy of freedom. So it's interesting how it's laid out. We got it's time to close the door on the past, but there's refusal of this acknowledgement because maybe it's a home situation where you've invested a lot of effort. And if you're a mother, I get it. We have compassion for what we've built. And then we end with 39, which breaks down to 14, which further breaks down to 5. So there's change either way. This detox is going to happen. You need to repair your life, your heart. Somebody here is a thief in the night. It's time to complete a cycle. It's time to close the door on the past. So let's go into the book. I know I read the Me Talks energy. Was that for, I can't remember. remember, I've done a few readings today. I'm not sure if that was the forecast for the twins or if it was Pisces. Maybe it was the Pisces reading. You might want to check that out if you got Pisces in your chart, because of all, like, I think everybody in the collective should watch the Pisces reading because of the Pisces energy. Let's have a look here. That dream thief. So yeah, it's like you keep rejecting the path of fulfillment by staying somewhere with a thief, a seductress of some sort. So you're dealing with somebody whose only purpose is to keep you hypnotized in your comfort zone, in the same negative repetitive cycle, Aries. You're stuck with somebody that wants you to keep repeating your old stories over and over again so you don't evolve beyond them. And maybe that's just your own ego. So what do you need to acknowledge? Because this is about how you were molded in your family structure as a child. There's some type of rejection wound, fear of rejection wound, which makes you keep reverting back to what's familiar. But it's not what you deserve. And so you keep going back to this old wound, thinking that this is your home, and it's not allowing for the new. You've already changed, is what I want to say. You've already changed. So remember that. It's time to build the new. It's time to move beyond these barriers. It's time to embrace this difficult task and to answer the call, to drop the resistance, to go to something new. This is about something new, uncharted territory. There's more out there that you haven't even experienced yet. So it's time to close the door on the past. It's time to bring forward an ending all the way to completion. There's a relationship that's been dragging on for far too long that needs to end. So who cares what others think? Who cares how others feel? This is about you. You cannot stay trapped in this situation. You have to close the door behind you, because your true heart's calling is saying, you know, this doesn't feel right. It's time to walk out the door. It's time to walk away. Because if you don't, the universe is going to say no more. Find your voice to move on. I feel a rejection here. I think you keep knocking on a door that's been closed behind you when it comes to a relationship. Stop knocking on the door. Stop inviting the past back in, Aries. When a door shuts, that's your invitation to find something new. Go in a new direction. There's a relationship here that maybe you've had in your life for years and years, and it is time to move on. Stop wallowing in the pain. Stop lingering in the pain or wondering why things didn't work out, or lingering in, hey, let's keep trying, let's keep trying. Bow out gracefully. Close the door. Set yourself free. Let's jump in with the tarot. Set yourself free. If that ain't like loud and clear, feeling all alone, set yourself free. Are you going to let your ego control you? You're sitting in this state of lacking money, lack mentality. You're feeling emotionally bankrupt, low self-worth, low self-value, chained to something toxic. This is not your true heart's desire. Your ego is telling you it is to keep you stuck somewhere you don't belong. It's time to master your ego. It's time to stop feeling all alone. When we're surrounded by a group full of people and we still feel all alone, that's your higher self saying you don't belong here. Something isn't right. So let's do a 9-card spread and see what needs to come through. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Aries. You need to go through a detox. Absolutely. What do we got here? Magician. Could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo. Control. You're going to have to just pardon me on that. I'm not even sure. Ooh, 8-8. Moving on. So the universe is saying, I think maybe you've tried to control a situation, or you've tried to have control, or control the outcome. We can't control the outcome. It's time to move on. This is something where you've cycled back around many times over, wanting a new beginning, wanting a new beginning. There's power and control issues, and it's not emotionally fulfilling. It's time to move on. The Eight of Cups. Time to move. Time to move. The seven of cups. I mean, the chariot. The seven of chariot. The chariot. It's time to move. It's time to move on. There's a brand new beginning here. I think this is about strengthening your spiritual bond to self, planting those new seeds. This is about seeds well planted. I think you've waited a long time for something to go in your favor, and I just feel like the time is now to move on, Aries, to detach, get in the driver's seat, open up to the new possibilities. You've held on to this for a long time. Overall outcome is it's getting blasted out of the water. You can't stay stuck. You've been stuck for a long time, refusing to move, refusing the call. And it's kind of time to break these chains, because wherever you're at, it's not equal giving and receiving. There's not balance here. It's not reciprocal. It's time to move on. I feel something that feels like maybe an arranged marriage. This could be a past life contract that needs to clear when it comes to something you've been tied to. There's a brand new beginning here. This is the month where it's time for you to release control of a situation and to embrace rebuilding something new. There's a foundation here that needs to be moved on from. You've been watering this dead tree for far longer than you should have. It's time to detach. So let's take a look at the Eight of Cups, because this is just so dissatisfying. So dissatisfying. And I do think this is revolving around a home or family situation that maybe at one point in time did bring you joy and stability. But it's time to confront your deepest, darkest fears, because I don't think it brings you joy and stability anymore. And you're afraid to walk into the doorway of a new experience because it's dark, it's foggy. You don't know what's on the other side of moving on from this. And I get it, that's totally scary, right? But, all right, I'm going to make lunch in 1 minute, Pookie. So what I do feel is you've been suppressing yourself. You've been in a state of depression, afraid to confront your fears when it comes to moving on. I think maybe both of you have been in a state of lack. And so I feel something about the moon. The full moon in Virgo is asking you to really look at your life in its entirety. This situation is asking you to release it. You're not your most authentic self here. This needs to be transformed. It needs to be released. There's a foundation here that I feel is dying away, and you see that clearly. But you're trying to control an outcome here because your fear is, what if I let it go? What if I work on it a little bit longer? It could still work, but the tower's coming. There's truth being revealed. Let's take a look at the tower. 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. High Priestess, listen. Listen, Aries. You really got to listen. You got to listen to your heart. You got to listen to yourself. I kind of just feel like you've been trying to bring something together for a long time. This coming together. This holding on. This coming together. The 9 of Pentacles is saying, hey, it's time to be independent, to be brave, to, take that big, bold step into this new territory. I do think you're deeply wounded. That's my wounded healer, the 9 of Wands. Rest and reconsider. How many times can you rest and reconsider? 9 is like it's time to move on. You've done it. You've done it. It's time to move on. You're at that crossroads. What is your intuition telling you to do? The High Priestess goes within, listens to her gut, intuition, and trusts. Maybe you're overly reliant on readers or people giving you advice. You already have the answer. I think you need to reconsider. I think it's maybe time to move on. I think you waited for something to yield results. It's not coming. My foot is like itchy. I don't know if you can hear me itching it or see me moving. My bottom of my foot is itchy. It's time to open up to some new possibilities, because I do think, you know, dreams are trying to come in. Your dreams coming true, it's a possibility. With the Nine of Cups, your intuition is saying 999. Who the heck just got 999? I know somebody else just got 999. Was it Scorpio? You could be dealing with Scorpio. Have Scorpio in your chart. You might want to check out the Scorpio reading. If you do, Aries, they didn't have the dreams coming true, though, but there is something here that you're refusing to see because you're afraid. There's fear, security fears, abandonment wounds, sacred rage. You're refusing to see the truth. And I think when you do see the truth and you take off the rose-colored glasses, you're going to be really angry. But I think it's going to spark movement forward. So let's see what this detaching energy is all about. We get the Three of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Three of Swords. So I think you are detaching. I feel maybe you're dealing with somebody that shared their love with maybe a little bit too many more people, like more people than they should have. Three of Cups. It could be a third party situation. I just feel like too many people are in the mix. Something here was broken, and I don't think it can be put back together. I feel you're being asked to detach, to get in the driver's seat and move on, to heal your heart. This connection has made you feel sad, stuck, you're isolated, and I feel it's time to take a leap of faith to heal, to detach. I think you've observed this situation long enough, is what I'm feeling, and I think it's time to put in the dedicated effort to work on self-love at this point in time, to honor yourself, your boundaries, to put in the hard work, to believe that you've got what it takes to succeed, but you kind of got to move on. You got to step into knowing your worth and your value. And maybe this has been a hard decision because maybe there are kids involved. But I think you've observed it from every angle. You've tried to make it work. You've put in a lot of hard work and dedication here, and now it's time to put in the work of self, to believe that you can succeed, to love yourself enough to create the life of your dreams. And that's kind of what I got, Aries. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below. I'm going to let you go and go make my peanut lunch. I hope to see you all next time. Have a good day, everybody.